So good morning. Like I said, my name is Adriana Lopez. I'm the Public Safety Director. Thank you for joining us this morning. We do have several guest speakers that are first responders. I do want to inform everybody, should they be dispatched to an emergency, we will have to change the agenda around. But the first thing on the item is just an overall overview of the city's code. But I just want to let everybody know that this summit is designed to educate on the potential injuries and legal consequences of using illegal fireworks. As you could see on the agenda, several of our guests deal with those consequences on an annual basis when our 4th of July holiday comes around. In addition, we have a guest speaker for one of our nonprofit organizations that is involved in the sale of safe and sane fireworks, and they've had a stand in the city of Paramount for a long time. And our last speaker is the vice president for the Safe and Sane distributor, and he will be discussing some of the differences between safe and sane fireworks and illegal fireworks. So I'll go ahead and get started. My overview is in regards to the city code, and I'm going to go over some of the efforts from our past and current city council, how they've tried to minimize the use of illegal fireworks. I'll begin by discussing some of the efforts that took place in 2002 when the city council established regulations not allowing additional safe and sane fireworks stands in our city. During that time, we had approximately 16 fireworks stands, and currently we are at 8. What the guidelines that changed in that year were that if a organization fails to submit an application that year, they cannot come back and request to sell safe and sane fireworks again. So through attrition, we are now down to 8 fireworks stands. So moving to 2010, at that time, the city council once again updated the firework code. And at that point, they established a fine schedule for fireworks violations. During that time, it was $250 fine if you use safe and sane outside of the days that are allowed, which is July 3rd and 4th. And it was $350 for the sale of safe and sane outside a authorized booth. And then it was $1,000 for the use, possession, and sales of illegal fireworks. Now, moving forward to 2020, that's when our city council opted to increase the fines for possessing, using, and selling illegal fireworks. And I'll go into those fines a little bit later. So continuing with our code, our code does allow for the sale and use of safe and sane fireworks in the city of Paramount. Like I mentioned earlier, safe and sane are only allowed to be used in our city July 3rd and July 4th. Those are the only days. We do allow the sales to begin on June 28th. And safe and sane fireworks do not contain dangerous elements, and they are classified by the state fire marshal. And our distributor representative will go into that a little bit more in detail with his presentation. So in regards to illegal fireworks, in the city of Paramount, like any other city in California, illegal fireworks are strictly prohibited. That means the possession, the use, and the sale of illegal fireworks. Illegal fireworks contain dangerous elements that are designed to explode or often propel into the air. As mentioned, the city code grants the authority for law enforcement to issue citations for the use of illegal fireworks. So these are the fines, the current fines. These were implemented in 2020. We have a fine, administrative fine of $5,000 if someone is selling illegal fireworks, and $2,000 for using or being in possession of illegal fireworks. We continue to have a fine for $250 if someone is using safe and sane outside of the permitted dates. And just to mention something, anytime somebody buys safe and sane in one of the booths, they are giving these guidelines with every purchase. So our residents that are buying safe and sane are informed of these codes. So moving on, we've always had a reward program, but last year the city council, well, I should say that the city increased the award to $500 and $1,000 to anybody who reports the use or sale of illegal fireworks. So having said that, we do have guidelines. The $500 ones, we issued approximately 3 last year for people who called and provided information that identified 1 or more people possessing, using, or selling illegal fireworks. Now, the $1,000 reward would be if it was a substantial seizure of illegal fireworks. In addition, to be eligible for one of these rewards, the information must lead to the issuance of a citation and the seizure of any leftover fireworks the person might have in their possession. Because there is eligibility for a reward, the informant couldn't remain, the information will be confidential, but they must leave contact information. And we think this year is going to help us as well, just having the reward available for people. So one of the things that I wanted to discuss was how to report the use or sales of illegal fireworks to the Sheriff's Department. Our city station or substation is open daily from Monday, or actually 7:30 to 9:30 daily. And you could either call the station directly at the listed number, which is 562-220-2002, and try to provide as much information as you can. After hours, it would be directly to the Sheriff's Department, Lakewood Sheriff's Department, at 562-623-3500. And once again, if you could have information, specific information as to the person who is either selling or using illegal fireworks, this is something that you could report. We do have other options where you could use the Paramount Works app, or you could use the city website to provide that information. The important thing is that you provide the information as soon as possible, and law enforcement will go out there and try to curtail and minimize the use of illegal fireworks in our city. One of the things that we've noticed is that if you are able to provide information of a property that has a history of using illegal fireworks, most of the time our law enforcement personnel will go out there and do a door knock and let them know that their house has been identified as a problematic household using illegal fireworks. So having said that, it is important that our residents report this type of activity as soon as possible. Every year, public safety will allocate many resources to both the education and the enforcement. So what we're doing this year is we're continuing to use our e-boards or electronic boards throughout the city to let people know that you cannot use illegal fireworks in our city, and it could result in a large fine, or that safe and sane fireworks can only be used in those 2 dates, which is July 3rd and July 4th. So I believe that I pretty much covered everything that I needed to cover in regards to giving you an overview of how the code is implemented in our city, as well as reporting illegal fireworks.